What's up, nerds? So we've been getting bombarded with really powerful support characters in Honkai Star Rail lately. Just the other night, Robin was revealed as a playable character, a physical type Harmony who's expected to be very powerful. And currently available right now on a banner is Sparkle, who has been proven to be one of the best characters in the entire game. And only last patch, Ruan Mei was available on a banner. It does feel like longer than that, but it was actually just last patch. We've been getting a plethora of really powerful support characters in Honkai Star Rail lately, so I thought it would be a better time than ever to talk about who the best support characters in Honkai Star Rail are. But please do keep in mind that who's the best support character for a specific team will vary. Ruan Mei, for example, is the best support character for a DOT team, and Sparkle is the best support character for a Dan Heng and Bibitor Lune team, so don't forget about that. And go ahead and leave me any constructive criticism in the comments that you might have. And I'm going to ask you guys now, who do you think is the best support character in the game? Go ahead and leave a comment now, and then at the end of the video, edit your comment and let me know if you were right or wrong. I'll know if you cheated if your comment isn't edited. Anyways, let's get on with the list. I wanted to first give some honorable mentions to Silverwolf and to Pela. Unfortunately, the other Harmony support characters are outperforming them as it stands in the game's meta right now. Hopefully that changes someday, but Silverwolf, unfortunately, being a single target action does slow her down just a little tiny bit and is her main flaw. And Pela, although she does debuff every enemy at once, her energy cost for her ult is really low, and she's incredibly skill point efficient. Unfortunately, those other Harmony characters are outperforming them as it stands right now. You can cope and Seath all you want, by the way, but Pela, on average, is better than Silverwolf on most team comps. Her best team comp spread is better than Silverwolf. Yeah, sure, Silverwolf got a bit of a bump because of Dr. Ratio, but you cannot ignore. Ask any meta player right now that really knows what they're talking about, and they will say Pela is better than Silverwolf, at least in most cases. Sure, Silverwolf will obviously have her place in many different team comps. She's literally the only character you can use to create a mono quantum team, for example. She's incredibly good with Ratio. She has her value. But on average, Pela is just a little tiny bit better than Silverwolf, at least as it stands right now. Now let's move on to the rest of the list. It's time to give some love to good old Bronya. She's been around since 1.0. She's the best character on the standard banner, and because she's on the standard banner, that makes her a very desired yet somewhat difficult character to acquire because you can't guarantee that you will pull her unless you use your 300 guaranteed pull on her. She has a very strong ability in her action advance forward. She gives very powerful buffs. Her basic attack is actually good, and she just so happens to have a really good light cone that can be used on more than just her. And it is always available to players in the in-game shop if they save up enough Starlight. Now, Bronya is not skill point efficient at all. Even her signature light cone does not fix the problem, it just helps with the problem. You can put other characters on the team to help alleviate this issue, but support characters in many cases are supposed to help you alleviate your issues with your team, not yet create another one, but it is a minor issue, right? The other thing that I wanted to mention is that she is a 1.0 character, and that does mean that as time goes on, she is likely to end up getting power crept. Many people are comparing her to Sparkle and how Sparkle's better, yada yada yada, but I'm here to say that the time of power creep for Bronya is not now. In Memory of Chaos, you need 2 teams to be able to complete it, and that means that if you're running hyper carry on both sides, that you're going to have at least 2 support characters per team. That's 4 support characters. If you're running a 0 sustain team on both sides, that means no healer, no tank. That means you're going to be running 6 support characters. That's 3 per team. And yes, all 6 of those supports will be mentioned by the end of this video. So no, the time for power creep of Bronya is not now. She deserves to be featured in this video because she is still to this day one of the best characters in the entire game. Alright, now it's time to talk about the best 4-star character in all of Honkai Star Rail, Tingyun. She's also a 1.0 character, and she was so good in the beta that they ended up nerfing her before the game actually went global, and she's still this good. She provides attack, damage, and extra electric buff to your DPS that currently has been addiction. She also provides energy. She has buffs attached to her ultimate and attached to her skill, and she's incredibly skill point efficient. Is there anything that she doesn't do? In fact, she's so skill point efficient that if you pair her with another skill point efficient character, she can spam her skill, and she can end up getting her ultimate back faster, which in turn means you'll get your DPS's ultimate back faster because she can just dump all that energy onto them. Tingyun is the most commonly seen character in a zero cycle clear, and that is for a good reason. She gives you so much utility that you practically don't even know what to do with all of it, and a lot of players end up finding themselves spamming her skill in order to give her ultimate faster, and in turn give your main DPS their ultimate faster, which is truly what sets her apart from the rest of the characters on this list and the rest of the characters on this game. Sure, Huo also provides you an energy buff, but it is not nearly as good as Tingyun's. And this is going to be a little bit of a hot take, okay? Actually, it's probably going to be a really hot take, and it's probably going to piss off a lot of people, okay? But I think that Tingyun is better than Bronya, okay? It's not by that much. We're talking about some real like if someone held a gun to my face and they were like, who's better, I'd have to say Tingyun, because Bronya can't be the character that she wants to be without some other character allowing her to be like that. Bronya can't do what she wants to do without Tingyun or Ruan Mei or Pela, some other skill point efficient support. It's just not possible. That's why Sparkle is so good, because Sparkle doesn't need anybody else. She gives you the extra skill point, allowing her to be skill point hungry. Bronya can't do it without somebody else. And Tingyun, while she's helping characters like Bronya be better, she also provides you a ton of energy. Trust me, go look at anybody's zero cycle, and you're probably going to see Tingyun there. Even if you see Bronya and Tingyun on the same team, it's likely that Bronya is only able to do what she wants because of Tingyun's skill point efficiency, because of Tingyun's energy she's providing your DPS. That's what makes it possible. Ask any true meta slave how they were able to get a zero cycle or like some early clear. It's likely because of a character like Tingyun making that possible. Get mad all you want, cope and seeth all you want. The truth is out there, and especially with the introduction of a character like Sparkle, who does a lot of what Bronya does, only she does even more. Unfortunately, Bronya's value does drop just a little tiny bit. This is going to happen as more characters get introduced into this game. But Tingyun is not getting replaced by anybody. Name another support character that provides you a massive amount of energy like that. Yeah, I thought so. And no, before you say it, Huo is not a support. She's a sustain. It's different, okay? Get it right. We are down to the last two characters on this list, and while I can see arguments for either one being the best support character in the game, we can only give one the crown. So, the runner-up, the silver medalist for this list is Hanabi, otherwise known as Sparkle, which, by the way, why the hell are we calling her Sparkle? We should just be calling her Hanabi on every single region. It's the better name. Why the hell are we doing this? Oh my god, I'm so mad. Anyways, we gotta move on. I'm getting too hot. Sparkle literally breaks the game and changes the rules, increasing your skill point cap for your team. Then she gives you a truckload of skill points, and then she gives you a mountain of different buffs. The most notable one being the crit damage buff that she provides. Yeah, sure, Bronya and Sparkle are compared to each other in a lot of ways, but there's only one team where Bronya is actually better than Sparkle, and that is a specific niche team with Jingliu and Blade. That is it. I've even tested Jingliu with Sparkle, and the skill point efficiency is nutty. Put Sparkle and Tingyun on the same team with her, and then you can spam Tingyun's skill, get her ult up faster, and your Jingliu never leaves the buff state. It's actually kind of broken. And yeah, that means that Sparkle has kind of to some degree power crept Bronya, but only for that one specific thing. Bronya is not irrelevant. Don't get it twisted. She's still incredibly powerful. Run Sparkle on one team and then run Bronya on the other. Bada bing, bada boom, you're done. And I don't want to hear any of this copium between putting Bronya and Sparkle on the same team. It basically nerfs the other team that you'd be using. I do not recommend doing this even at high top level play. Just put Sparkle on one team and Bronya on the other, and you're gonna have a lot of fun. Mwah! Very, very powerful team setup. Something else really good about Sparkle is that she's incredibly easy to build, and so is Bronya. This next strat I'm gonna tell you works on both. You can run rainbow gear on them. Just get super duper high speed stats. Doesn't really matter what gear it is, and then build a lot of crit damage on them, and then everything else into survivability. The two stats that really matter with them are speed first, then crit damage after. Everything else can just go to survivability. The only 2-piece bonus that really matters is hacker space, so that you can get that 6% speed boost, and then everything else doesn't really matter. You can just build whatever piece you have that has high speed and high crit damage, just put it on them. Sure, Broken Keel, the 2-piece bonus is nice, but if you have better stats on other gear, just run that instead. So, Sparkle, again, she gets to break the rules. She gets to just do whatever she wants, and she's even easy to build. By now, you should know what's up. The character we're crowning as the best support character in Honkai Star Rail is Ruan Mei. And the fact that support characters are often seen as the best characters in the game, that means that Ruan Mei is the best character in Honkai Star Rail. Speaking of characters that get to cheat in this game, Ruan Mei is incredibly easy to build and incredibly easy to play. Whether you make her fast build or her slow build, both are very, very good, and it's really easy to interchange between both. And you probably have gear to do it because she's so easy to build. She's incredibly skill point efficient, and her buffs are atomic levels of good, and they're team-wide. Why are they team-wide? She literally gets to cheat as well. She opens up the dual DPS or even multi-DPS meta all by herself. She's the best dual DPS support. She's the best DOT support. She has all type res penetration. She's broken. The definition of broken. Good luck power creeping this chick because she just does so much. And like was already mentioned, you can run her really, really fast so that she's not only a buff engine, but also a skill point engine as well. Or you could run her really, really slow because if you have a powerful enough team, you'll defeat all the enemies before her buffs ever run out and it ever becomes a problem. And the fact that she's so easy to play means that you don't have to worry about top level play, or like I was mentioning with Tingyun, like being able to make her so good that she's at the upper echelon of what's capable from a character. You don't have to think at all, and Ruan Mei just pops off. A brand new player to the game can run Ruan Mei at top level play because you don't even have to think. She just does it all without you having to do basically anything. You could run a bare minimum Ruan Mei build and be playing her at top level play. It's so easy to play this character. So Ruan Mei, she gets the crown for best support character in Honkai Star Rail. Now let me know who you think is the best support character in Honkai Star Rail. Let me know if you were right in your prediction that I asked you guys to make earlier. Go ahead and edit your comments now. Let me know if you have any other constructive criticism. And if you like Honkai Star Rail and Honkai Star Rail content as a whole, consider leaving a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.